First up, we have our most recent example, Michael A. Taylor laying down what could have been a simple squeeze bunt versus the Royals, but what turned into not only a hit, but an extra base one, as no one covered either first or second. Good thing Witt Jr. looked to third too, or Taylor might have gotten baseball's first legit bunt triple, while instead he had to settle for what might be baseball's shortest double in recent history. Next up, we have a player notching his first career hit on a bunt double, with Quentin Berry first dragging the ball way further than on most bunts you'll see, then using his exceptional speed to hustle around the bases as the ball died in shallow right. You don't see many of that kind of hit end up out there, or many runners stretching a play like that, but that's exactly what Quentin's exceptional speed could allow him to do for the brief time he played in the majors. Now we have a change of pace. Someone who's not a speed demon at all, Robinson Cano, owner of baseball's worst sprint speed as a second baseman since they began measuring that kind of thing with just a 24.5 foot per second mark. Cano wasn't exactly a prime candidate to notch one of these baseball rarities, but thanks to the shift, he did just that versus the Red Sox back in 2013, pushing a ball hard, relatively speaking, down the left field line off of John Lackey, then using every ounce of whatever speed he could muster to slide in just ahead of the throw. This was also one of the rare hustle plays of his career. Now it's time to introduce you to perhaps the longest bunt double in baseball history, at least in terms of air travel, this Cavan Biggio masterpiece versus the Rays. It literally got into left center on 3 hops, meaning it had to have traveled at least around 100 feet without touching the ground. He too had to leg it out, barely beating a great sliding play by shortstop Willy Adames. And lastly, let's finish up with a supercut of sorts, running through some notable examples. First, here's the great Juan Pierre throwing down a swinging bunt to knock the ball down the left side for extras. The only reason I'm not going into this play more is because I'm not even really sure that it counts as an actual bunt or not. Here's Orlando Arcia trying to lay down a squeeze, then accidentally getting way too much of it down the right field line, turning what would have been a quality out into an RBI extra base hit. That must have felt good. Here's Gerardo Parra, Mr. Baby Shark himself, dragging a bunt to the right side past the second baseman, then scampering to second just ahead of Daniel Murphy's throw. And finally, here's Matt Carpenter getting what was definitely the easiest double of the entire vid, one of the jogging stand-up variety, after he laid down a perfect effort against the shift that the pitcher himself had to run into the outfield to retrieve.